Melfin, and I am representative of Amager Boxing Club, a boxing club based in Copenhagen, Denmark. Amager Boxing Club is a fairly new non-profit grassroots organization. It's actually the second youngest boxing club in Denmark and was founded about three and a half years ago. We are currently the fastest growing boxing club in Denmark with already more than 400 members. And that's where our challenges is. We are a newly awarded Boxing Club of the Year in Denmark. And actually last week we won the Sports Association of the Year in Copenhagen. So we're doing something right in the club. But unfortunately, with our strength is also our weaknesses, is because we are growing so fast right now that we have time limitation. As mentioned, we are a non-profit organization, so we have a lot of volunteers, but they also have full-time jobs, including myself, besides managing a club with 400 members. So if I can get the next slide, please. Thank you. As everybody knows, time is we're limited on time, and as a nonprofit, we're constantly running to make up time for the club and making time for our members. And as we are huge, there's a huge demand, and we're fast growing. So we needed to find some quick solution for our members. And before Digifit, we actually had our recruitment through SoMe. So we used a lot of time making videos and posting it in SoMe and trying to recruit from there. And our administration actually went through an Excel file. So all our members that came in, they were registered in an Excel sheet, and the payment through an Excel sheet and bank transfer. So everything was so time consuming and administration heavy. And the way we communicated to our members was through emails and through messengers. So not everybody got the right information and came late to classes or forgot about some specific important dates that we had in the club. So our first step, just before we joined Digifit, was actually moved through something called Motivu. That's a recruitment company. And we tried to move all our administration and communication through another app called Holdsport. And plus we had our homepage. So we are still having so many different apps around where we have all our communications and all administrations. So our goal is now through DigiShop is to try and streamline it a little bit, so our members and our trainers and everybody that's involved in the club try to make it a lot easier for them and less time consuming. So our goal, as mentioned many times in this call here, is a one-stop shop for both our members and our trainers. So how can we organize ourselves more streamlined for our shareholders? How can we merge different applications used on a daily basis in a one-stop shop for our members? And what we found out is through Digifit is we would reach out to our different applications that we use and try to, let them talk to each other and maybe try and open up some API so they can go in and so they merge into one, so it makes it a lot easier for our members. So that was our challenge right now, is having two different companies talking to each other and opening up their system to one another. And luckily Motivu with Morten have been very, very helpful to push for this, and actually finally got an opening so we could get into Holdsport and they could work together. And that's the next step. Morten, are you?
I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just a little bit of support from Morten here. So right now what's done is there's communication now for these two applications, and there's alignment. It took a while, and with a lot of persistence from Morten's side, pushed a lot, and we got through. So I don't know if you want to explain this, Morten.
Sure. Yeah, well, this is Morten from representing Motivu. So we are the company that you see in the upper left-hand corner. So what we do is we help Amager Boxing Club try to recruit more members. So the users are signing up for a tryout through Motivu, but once they become a member, we want to integrate that into Holdsport, which is the other system. So once they are a member, we want to get them into Holdsport. So our job here was to do an integration between our system in Motivo and Hotspot. And some of the most time-consuming part was actually the initial part of getting the proper interest from Hotspot to even do the integration. So of course, this part about um, when you have more different parties that needs to align. We thought for a long time that this was actually in place, but then after a while, it seemed like it was not in place. So we went back into communicating with the CEO of Hotspot to make sure that they actually understood the purpose of this. So that took a long time. And finally, that was done, and we could get the CTO of Motivo and the CTO of Hotspot to actually do the integration. So we've reached the first step where we can actually now send data from Motivo over to Hotspot. So the initial part is done, but there's definitely a lot more to do in here to make this a lot more useful. As Melfin will definitely state as well, that to make this more useful for them, there's a lot of more data that needs to be sent, and also the places that we need to place this within Hotspot. But it's a very, very important first step to actually get this first integration in between the recruiting system and the membership system. Because what we see in general is that what sports clubs are striving for is really to get more members, but also a very, very important thing is to decrease the administration burden. So this part about doing this integration and making sure that it just works automatically, we can see is very important. So there's going to be multiple steps from here, and it's going to be fantastic. We can do this for multiple sports clubs in Denmark.
And that was pretty much the goal to begin with, right? So to begin with, it was us, but we also wanted to open this up for more clubs in Denmark that can utilize and use this, so it's fruitful for everybody.